For Maharaj. That's good. Hare Krishna, dear Maharaj, Maharajas, and Prabhus. First of all, I'm begging apology. I don't have any qualification to be sitting here, especially in front of all of you. But Jayadutta Maharaj has some affection for me, I feel. That many years back, maybe decades back in Alachua, he told me during Prabhupada's time, his follower also spoke, and this is a good way to be corrected. So I'm just begging that with that mood that Bhakti Prabhupada, Bharata Damodar Maharaj and Jayadutta Maharaj and Sunanda Prabhu, all senior devotees, you all are senior to me. Please feel free to correct me because that's how I can progress. 15 verses that will defeat me. He has a love for me, that's why he is trying to. Maharaj, I'm a fool. So with your blessing and with Sripad Bhakti Charu Maharaj's blessing and his followers, I try to proceed to serve all of you with some memory that I learned by the mercy of all the great souls. So today is the Disappearance Day, official day, Disappearance Day of Gadadhara Pandit, one of the uh, intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one of Panchatattva also. And we have Gaur Gadadhar temple in ISKCON, but it's hidden. Nobody knows. I found during Prabhupada's time. I'll mention that little story of that. And also today is the Disappearance Day of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And I remember hearing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Gaur Purnima lecture of Prabhupada. But I was so confused. After 15 minutes, Prabhupada glorified Mahaprabhu, and then he started glorifying Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And I was thinking, like, why is he glorifying Bhaktivinoda Thakur? It's Gaur Purnima lecture. So it took many years, and then senior devotee made me understand that actually it is Bhaktivinoda Thakur who brought Krishna consciousness, revived. So Prabhupada was appreciating on Gaur Purnima day. It's so important. So it's a very famous day, and I hope we can, by reciting this song, we can evoke our affection for an appreciation to their contribution that affected our life. Because in bhakti, I found it's difficult to sustain in a high speed. But if we express our gratitude, then it reinforces, I saw that, within your own feeling, and establish a strong foundation that you can, yes, I'll progress. This is goal of life. I'm going to stick to it and respect the devotees, learn from senior. So it is very important that we express gratitude to all the devotees, especially seniors. Like, I mean, both Swami, they are very humble. It's like, I'm not, they will never say you are humble. They are humble, but they are very humble. But when you go a little close proximity, you will see how sharp knife they have. Vidya kutarena siterna dhira. It will cut out your doubts and other things, like move out. It's so nice. So please feel free to correct me anytime, Maharaj. With my own volition, I'm begging. Jaya Nila Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur Jaya Nila Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur হেনা প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর হেনা প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর হেনা প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর কাহা মোর স্বরূপ রূপম কাহা সনাতন কাহা মোর কাহা দাস রঘুনাথ পতিত পাবন কাহা দাস রঘুনাথ পতিত পাবন কাহা মোর ভট্ট যুগ কাহা কবিরাজ কাহা মোর ভট্ট এক কালে কোথা গেলা গোরা নতরা আসনে কুটিব মাথা অনলে পশিব পাশানে কুটিব গৌরাঙ্গ গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব গৌরাঙ্গ সেসব সঙ্গীর সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলা সে সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলা সে সঙ্গ না পায়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Rama. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Vaishnava Gosai, Jaya Vaishnava Gosai, Jaya Vaishnava Gosai, Jaya Vaishnava Gosai. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Vibrajagacharya Ashtatara Shata Sri Srimad Srila Bhai Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Brinda Ki Jai. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj Ki Jai. Pandit Gadadhara Pandit Prabhu Ki Jai. पंचतत्व भगवान की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, डिलैन यात्रा की जय, हिज होलीनेस भक्ति चारू महाराज की जय, हिज होलीनेस जयदेव स्वामी महाराज की जय, हिज होलीनेस भक्ति प्रभुपाद व्रत दामोदर महाराज की जय, समवेत वैष्णव वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadatisya Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine. So first of all, I feel very grateful to be here in the presence of all wonderful, exalted Vaishnava and Vaishnavis. Please bless me and pray for me that I can say something that I heard from the seniors and Srila Prabhupada's lecture and Prabhupada's books, our Acharya's books. That will please Sri Sri Gaurnitai and Srila Prabhupada, and hopefully it will please all of you, and my heart will transform by uplifting my consciousness. I'll begin. Because of the time, I don't know how, so I'll just jump back and forth. Please tolerate. I was thinking, because I mentioned, some of you probably thinking we don't have Gaur Gadadhara temple in ISKCON. I heard from Gaura Keshava Prabhu, who was the head of the DT department during Harikesh Maharaj's time in ISKCON. And he told me, I still have I just had a talk other day with him, details. Madhuvisha Maharaj, he was installing Gaurnitai DT. But some or other, whoever ordered, when Prabhupada looked at the DT, he said, this is not Gaurnitai, it's a Gaur Gadadhara. And then Madhuvisha Maharaj did bring a new set. And that Gaurnitai, Gaur Gadadhara DT went to some Grihasta's house. Still there somewhere in Australia, I don't know details. But he said he's there. You can ask others. Prabhupada wanted Gaurnitai to be established, more merciful. So in that sense, we have Gaur Gadadhara. Not in a prominent way, but in Murari Gupta Karcha, a childhood friend of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai Pandit, childhood school friend, Murari Gupta. In his Karcha means diary, he writes that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Rasa Asray. That our ultimate goal, Krishna Prem, Nitya Siddha, Krishna Prema, Sadha Kabu Noy, Sravanadi, Suddha Chitte, Karaye Uday. Rupa Goswami Pad says that Kriti Shadda Bhavet Sadda, Bhava Sa Sadhana Vida, Nitya Siddhasya Bhavasya Pragatam Ridi Saddhata. It's not a confusing that whether we have Krishna Prem or not. That verse really heavily established. Yes, Krishna Prem is there. So what is the need of sadhana? Sadhana vida, just to prakritam. Prakritam means awakening. To see the Krishna Prem, you will never be able to do unless you awaken your bhava. Bhava means connection with Suddha Satta by the mercy of a guru or senior Vaishnava, mercy of a devotee, guru. Without that, bhava will never be awakened. And to awaken that, sadhana is required. So why we do sadhana? To awaken bhava will take us to prema. Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakritam ridi saddhata. It is all along in the heart. These Rupa Goswami paths. Because somebody challenged once. I remember even in Alachua, and then I said, no, Rupa Goswami path very heavily says that. We don't have to get it from somewhere. It is already within us. So what Prabhupada says is very perfect. It's aligned with Rupa Goswami path. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu contribution, when we look at, or I look at my own upbringing, childhood, we used to do a lot of dharma as a Hindu culture. But it was exoteric to me. Like you ask something and everybody, I mean, I never found anybody came to serve God before I came to ISKCON, to be honestly. They always come to, in the name of service, they want something in return. Like a Prahlad Maharaj says, so bonika, so britte. I'm not a bonik merchant. So this is how the culture I grew up. So everything they do, yes, they are culturally oriented, you can say, but it is in a trade, not a service, not an unalloyed service. So I call it exoteric in a sense that they pray for something for self, not for purifying the consciousness to come back. So when we say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Panchatattva, it's esoteric in a sense where Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Avatirna Kalo. Who is Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu is very nicely explained by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that Jat Advaita Brahmopanishadi Tadupashyatanubha Jo Atma Antarjami Sahasangsha Vibhava Sara Aishwarya Purna Bhagavan Ja Swayamaya Na Chaitanya Krishna Jagati Paratatta Paramiha. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What Upanishad explain about Brahman, it is nothing but a bodily effulgence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what Veda talks about Ishvara, Bhagavan, God, Upadrashta, Anumanta, all these verses are there. Is nothing but a partial manifestation, localized form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sara Aishwarya Purna, complete Sara Aishwarya Purna, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya. I don't want to go details, then I'll miss the Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gadadhara. But you all know that verse, that all complete in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even astrologer was bewildered when Nimaya Pandit asked, so who am I? He was calculating. Looks like all Sara Aishwarya is with you. But then he looks at Nimai Pandit and looks at his house. Doesn't look like all opulences is there. So he recalculated again. But you are that supreme. But you just say, Nimai Pandit. It's a small house, not a big palace, Dwarka or something. So anyway, many instances like that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't worry. I know who I am. I was a coward boy. Now I am a Brahman boy. Because if you serve cows, your next birth is a Brahman. I mean, he has a good logic. You cannot defeat it. And that's true. But astrologer was bewildered. So we see that Mahaprabhu here, it says, Chirad adattam nijagupta vittam. He came to give himself. This aspect of God was never given or explained in this world. So nijagupta vittam, what is hidden within him, he wants to distribute. God is giving himself. So from that angle, when we look at Gadadhara Prabhu's disappearance day today, who is Gadadhara Prabhu? So I found Baladev Vidyabhushan Thakur explaining in Aishwarya Kadambini a very interesting point, that every incarnation appears, you will see there is a day mentioned. When Lord Krishna appeared? Ashtami, Janma Ashtami, Sri Krishna Janma Ashtami. Radharani, Radha Ashtami. Nishingadev, Chaturdashi. Nishinga Chaturdashi. Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Troyodashi. Everybody has a Ram Navami, 9th. Every incarnation has a days. So if you look at the commentary of Ete Changsha Kalapungsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, the famous Paribhashya Sutra that illuminates the whole Bhagavatam, that verse. Then commentary given that 16 days is complete from dark moon to full moon. And if you look at Krishna appeared in a halfway, Ashtami means 8. Radharani appeared 8. Radhastami. So that makes it complete. Radha Krishna together. Prabhupada said in one lecture, also in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Radha Krishna Vaiche Sada Eki Swarup. This is in chapter 4 of the Lila. Lila Ras Ashadite Dhare Duirup. We never accept God without potency. Is eternally inseparable. Shakti Shakti Mataya Abhed. Many verses are like that it is inseparable. So we always accept Bhagavan with his full potency. But then they appear separately. So you have to, together, they're complete. But then in Mahaprabhu's case, we don't see that. He is complete, Purnima, Gaur Purnima. Because Shakti Shakti Man, both together in one. But then Gadadhara Prabhu appeared when? Dark moon. Absence of the moon. It was very esoteric, if you think, that Krishna took everything from Radharani, because that verse says that Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmana Bhuvi Puradehe Vedam Gato. Sri Chaitanyakam Prakadam Aduna Taddayam Chaikam Aptam Radha Bhava Duti Shubalitam Naomi Krishna Sarupam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to experience Radharani's mood, but he took also the form of the Radharani. So Govinda Maharaj, one lecture, he says, Radha's bhav is not enough. Why the bhava? So Bir Krishna Maharaj was very interestingly, he said, but this is a spiritual substance and color and character, they are inseparable. So you cannot say Radha's mood without the color. That's not possible. So that makes a very logic, you know. I love that, the way Maharaj said that. He said substance. Mahaprabhu took the Radha's bhava. Bhava has also already kanti. The effulgence has to be there. Otherwise, bhava is inseparable. You cannot separate. Gaur Govinda Maharaj said in another way that Radharani felt that he wants to experience my love for him, which is very difficult. It's her own property. But he wants, so when he took everything, Radharani gave herself, says, okay, take the effulgence. Otherwise, Madhanakya Mahabhav, there is a 16 in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a 16 categories given. We began in this life, 7, and then next life you go to other. Krishna book, chapter 28, Prabhupada explained this. Middle to the end, Prabhupada says, after you leave this world, what happened to you? You go to a planet where Krishna is performing Leela. Prabhupada gave a beautiful summary of exactly our journey. And there he said, you will have a Vastu Siddhi. So here is a Swarup Siddhi. This is what we are trying by the mercy of Vaishnavas. And so here it says very nicely that Gadadhara Prabhu, he was like watching how Krishna in a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form, relishing it. So I'll explain first the 5 ashray and then I'll come to this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, esoteric in a sense, he is actually the Rasha, Rashabdim. Amnaya prahatattam harimiha paramam sarvashaktim rashabdim. These 3 things, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says we should focus. Today is his disappearance day also, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He says about Supreme God, we should always focus these 3 things eternally. I mean, all the time in our southern life. One is that he is by himself, for himself, of himself. Who made Krishna? Himself. Who made him? God, himself. For who? For himself. If we can be aligned, Srila Prabhupada's godbrother also, Sridhar Maharaj also talks about a little bit about this also. It was interesting. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur originally poked this. It was very nice. In that verse, Amnaya praha tattam harimiha sarva shaktim rashabdin. 3 things. So by himself, for himself means, right now, this devotee here, we are for Krishna. Isn't for the purpose we came? Yes. So that's for himself. Those who are not understanding, they are called karmi, jnani, or whatever, the outsider, non-devotional. And they will never be happy completely because the creation or everything is for Krishna. He's for himself. And when we align with it, we'll be happy forever. Krishna wants to make us happy. He wants to give himself, make us happy. Krishna does not need our prema. Krishna does not need something from us. Krishna comes down to share what he has. If we can align with it, we'll be eternally happy. That's why he gave, it's not a slavery, you know, das, the word, because I come from a culture in my village. I remember reading Abraham Lincoln in history. I'm sure those who come from India, I don't see many, but you will read in your textbook, Abraham Lincoln, Krito Das. So I remember my teacher says, Das is like bad. But Das is actually highest. But it is not a mundane slavery. It is you want to give yourself because it's so joyful when you give yourself 100% to Krishna that you feel. Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur says, Jatha Jatha Gaura Padara Binde Binde Ta Bhakti Krita Punna Rasi. We don't need to separately worship. If we really follow Srila Prabhupada, our guru, that ISKCON is a wonderful, well, I should not say factory, or I don't know how do you say it, a organization where pure devotees are produced, in a sense, and facility is given that you can plug in. I take shelter of this senior devotee. then give yourself, just follow that person. You don't need to separately worship Radha Krishna or Mahaprabhu, because if you follow Guru according to this verse, that affection for Mahaprabhu all of a sudden, akashmat, bindeta bhakti krita punna rashi tatha sarpati ridi akashmat. All of a sudden you'll feel attraction for Panchatattva. You should chant Panchatattva, also pray, but you may not feel that, akashmat means all of a sudden, because you following your Gurudev, Prabhupada, then you will feel Radha Padambuja Sudambu Rasi, and then you'll feel all of a sudden affection of Radharani and Krishna. This is what Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur says. We don't need to separately, imitate something. There are many verses. Kono bhagye kono jive saddha jodi hoy. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita also depict this. Se jiv dasarase gauranga bhajai. Dasya puripakke. When your servitorship, surrendership to your guru will complete. Puripakka. Puripakka means completely ripened or matured. Dasya puripakke jabe jiber hridaye, but it has to be felt, experience. Yes, I want to give my life to this great personality in Prabhupada's movement. I want to make my life successful by following him or her. I don't know him at present, I will say. I won't go into details. So, Dasya puripakke jabe jiber hridaye, she shomaye madhur ras murtiman hoye. You will feel that affection. Same thing repeated. If you think very deeply. There are some imitators and they try to steal some people from ISKCON to say that you have to follow this path. Then you have to follow this path and meditate like a gopi and this, that. But these verses, Mahaprabhu does not say that. Neither Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur says this. Rupa Goswami Pad doesn't promote. So we don't follow. What we are doing in ISKCON is perfect, what Prabhupada gave. Really perfect. I mean, practically. I would like to sit down if you don't agree. Generally, I don't like to argue, but this is, I'm convinced 100%. Then you'll feel that affection for Mahaprabhu or Gadadhara Pandit will all of a sudden, akashmat, Ridhi akashmat, it will arise. And then you will feel affection for Radharani's lotus feet, Krishna's lotus feet will arise within you. But surrender is required. That is the 5 things I said. Be conscious of that. Become devotee under senior, sincere devotee called Guru. Don't become devotee on your own. Always think what I'm doing, is it for that devotee's pleasure? This is a very good way. So many verses to back up what I'm saying just in a short. So that's second. Third is serve him, but serve him according to devotional scripture that given by Prabhupada. Like nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, bacho vega, manaso karoda vega. These are what tells us how to serve, how to become, how to reform. Not on our own. But of course, you have to accept it and acknowledge. Bhakti Charu Maharaj was so wonderful. I'm not a good person actually. I had a lot of trouble in my life. And Maharaj was like my, I would say, 911 rescuer every time. But I was not voluntarily like taking shelter, but he was rescuing me. I always saw that. I was attached to my position in Mayapur. I was a guest house manager. Then Bhavananda Maharaj changed with somebody. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he was in Rainy Park. Those days he was not a guru. He was in 82 and Maharaj called me to Albert Road, Calcutta. And he says, so you are feeling depressed? I was like shocked. Actually, I was feeling depressed. And I remember, so I was trying to gather all this counseling that he was doing, even though I don't know how he found out, but it was so appealing. And so I put it in a format, like what Maharaj was saying, I don't remember. I didn't have a record that time. I should have made, but something concrete, and I see within my heart it works. One was, or maybe I should tell later. I should focus on this. Is that okay? Because otherwise I'm going off. I have a problem, disease, like I go off here, there. So I'll come back to Panchatattva. So according to Murari Gupta's Karcha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Rasha Ashray. He is the embodiment or reservoir of all mellow, not somebody else. And Nityananda Prabhu, he has the key to open that Rasha Ashray. Do not approach Mahaprabhu directly without your guru. And proof is Raghunath Das Goswami himself. He escaped from his house, went to Santipur. And Mahaprabhu says, what did Mahaprabhu say? Sthir hoiya ghare jao na ho batul. Don't be a crazy man or madman. Go back to your home. Sthir hoiya, first be fixed. Ghare jao, go back where you come from. Can you imagine you finally met Lord Chaitanya, you want to travel with him and he said, go back to your home. Because there is a procedure. It is not what God can do, what God wants us to do. It's very important. Krishna can do whatever he likes, but he wants us to follow a guru. He did not say, I will deliver, I'm in your heart, I'll deliver you. He did not say directly. He can, but he said, follow a guru. Nirapeksham munim shantam vimatsara samadarsanam anubrajami aham nityam pujet angri renabi. I'll purify this creation, all the living being, through the foot dust of my pure devotee. This is the 11th canto. Lord Krishna says how he will deliver. He can deliver himself. You may put logic, he's in my heart. Why he doesn't deliver? But he didn't say he will deliver you like this. Rather, you can say opposite. Jive shakshat nahi tati guru chaita rupe. Mahaprabhu says, Jive shakshat nahi. The living entity, conditioned soul cannot have a direct connection with God, even though he is there. But you have to go through a devotee, senior devotee, guru. So, back to this, that Raghunath Das Goswami failed. And then later on, he came by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, but that's a guru. So it is very important. Guru is the one who will open. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Bhagavan Ki Jai. Guru is the one who will give us the access to Prema Bhandar. Then Advaita Acharya, we are eternally loyal to Advaita Acharya. That a particular time he came. It did not say exactly when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come. In Kali Yuga it will come. He did not say exactly 5,000 years later. There is no record exactly. I mean, commentary is there after Mahaprabhu appeared. But he did not say before that he will come exactly on this day, 1486. It did not, there's no record exactly like this. It says Kali Prarambhe, I found. Beginning of Kali. But Kali Yuga, 432,000, it could be 30,000 later also. So do you feel grateful to Advaita Acharya that he came exactly this time that we happen to come here? It's so, we are so fortunate by the Prabhupada's grace. So Advaita Acharya is called Pancharatri Vidhi. In a sense, he gave that easiest way. Yes, we say Mahaprabhu gave Krishna Prem without discrimination, but we don't see that originally it is recorded anywhere. It is recorded after Advaita Acharya approach. Then all the verses are given. Advaita Balaye Prabhu Bhakti Bilaiba Sti Shudra Adi Murkhete Diva. Please don't have a pre-qualification. You have come down to distribute. No pre-qualification. Give anybody and anywhere. No prerequisite. Thank you. No prerequisite. Advaita Acharya is the one. So we owe to Advaita Acharya. Every day we should thank him for that. Otherwise, imagine if you say you become perfectly Suddha Sattva, then you come, I'll give you love of Godhead. I will be failed. There's no question. Then comes to Gadadhara Prabhu. Sivas Prabhu I'll say, and then I'll come back to Gadadhara Prabhu. Sivas Prabhu is the head of the, according to Prabhupada and Chaitanya Chaitamrita, is the head of the Jiva Tattva. He is the Tatastha Jiva that we all belong, or you all come from. And then, so Sivas Thakur is like a, I was thinking like, if you want to meet Chief Minister, and your best friend's uncle is the Secretary of Chief Minister. Wow, now you have access. You feel like. Why? Because you love your friend, and friend will say, yes, Mama will give you access. You can come. Isn't? So, Sivas, of course, He is very merciful. He literally will give us the access of pure holy name, Srivas Thakur. So important. So now I'll come to, because of the time short, Gadadhara Prabhu. When you serve someone, if you don't know the person, you never met the person, and you are hungry, but that person say, I have some food, would you like? Would you not have some doubt? But when your mother gives, do you doubt? Did anybody ever doubt your mother when she gives you something to eat? No. Why? Because you had an experience to grow up that she cares for me. She has a protection. She has an affection for me. These are like, nobody's telling you, but in your consciousness, in your blood, it is like invaded. So how much important to have a favorable mood in our bhakti? How much? Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam. Anushilanam, yes, cultivation, but Anukulyana. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says Anukulyana favorable has to be Pratikul Rohita. Pratikul Rohita. The Chanura Mustika, they're punching. I mean, Chanura punching Krishna. Krishna is laughing. So if you say Krishna's happiness is bhakti, then Chanura is doing bhakti. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, no, he's not doing bhakti because his intention was pratikul. What is pratikul? He wanted to kill Krishna. This is the instruction of Kamsa. Go, two of you, kill these two brothers, Krishna Balaram. So Balaram went with Mustika and Krishna with Chanura. And Chanura punching. And Shukdev Goswami says that Krishna was enjoying Bir Ras, Shivlari. But it is not bhakti because there is no favorable mood. He wanted to kill. Everybody is with me? So where do you get this favorable mood? You may say Prabhupada will give us. Yes, where they are getting it? From Gadadhara Prabhu, Radharani. Gadadhara Prabhu. Gadadhara Prabhu is that shelter, Anukulla Bhav, that today is his disappearance day. We should pray. Jiva Goswami Pad in Bhakti Sandarbha, he says very interesting that on the Tirobhav, Avirbhav, these 2 days we observe. We express our gratitude. We must. But to express gratitude, you have to calculate. What did you get? Because you cannot express gratitude if you did not get, if you are not affected by their teaching, by their presence in your life. Then, so you calculate, this is what I got. Favorable mood I need. I cannot serve. I cannot please Krishna. There is no pure bhakti without favorable mood. Bhakti has to have all 3 ingredients, the most. It is for exclusively for Krishna. Anukulyana Krishna. Anushilanam. It has to be engaged. You have to engage the senses. But favorable mood has to be there. Favorable mood without pratikul rohita. Anukulyana pratikul rohita. Means no hostile, president telling me to do the arati, like I'm tired. This is not anukulla bhava. I understand we go through sometime feeling like this, but we should be happy that on our own, we are not eligible to serve with this because I have a separate, independent desire since time immemorial, looking for my own interest, never looking for Krishna's interest. Now this is the only life I got. I think sometime that opportunity is given by Prabhupada's mercy, his senior disciples' mercy, that we got this service attitude. Even I don't like it, my body is like, but keep going, keep going. It is a cultivation. It is not automatic. Cultivation means you have to come on your own. So that comes from Pandit Gadadhara Pandit. How important. Please pray that Gadadhara Prabhu, please bless us. This is Mahaprabhu when is another, in this relation, I'll just end with Gadadhara Pandit with this and then I'll go for Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Few minutes, is that okay? I hope. Sorry, I already finished. I try. So when Nityananda Prabhu was instructed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, don't come every year with the group. You stay. If anybody is Bengali beside me, I mean, we are not body, but still we have to identify. Oh, you are Bengali also. You may not like it, but Mahaprabhu said to Nityananda Prabhu. He says, Bengalis are Ghorporua. Do you know what Ghorporua? Do you know? Just say it. Majority Bengali don't know. What is Ghorporua in English? No, stubborn. Stubborn. A lot of Bengali, believe me, I give class every Saturday. Tomorrow, every Saturday I'm giving class. A lot of educated Bengali, but a lot of Bengali word, we use it, but we don't know the inner meaning, actually. They're very deep. So Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu, they're stubborn. They will not become devotee. You have to go back. You cannot stay here with me. Your purpose to fulfill my desire, go back to Bengal. That's why he went there and got married. Not only one girl, two girls, because this is required. And he established. Was not easy. They're stubborn. You know how stubborn? Nityananda Prabhu wanted to give. And the Brahmana says, why? Who is he? What he's going to give? What we don't have? What kind of what kind of argument is that? So you know what Nityananda Prabhu did? He completely gave Krishna Prem to the Muslim carrier in their bak. Bak means a kind of a stick. You'll see in Mayapur, people carry things, two-side things. The Muslims are going by in Uddaranatta Thakur. Everybody heard Uddaranatta Thakur? Prabhupada said his family comes from there. Prabhupada said in the purport, you look at. He said, my family comes from this gold merchant, a Subarna Bonik family, Uddaranatta Thakur. This happened in Uddaranatta Thakur in Saptagram. And when Brahmanas, they saw all these Muslim, they have no idea about God, but they are crying for Krishna. And they gave up everything. Ha Krishna, they're crying. Brahmana got so bewildered. How is this possible? So Nityananda Prabhu had to go because Bengalis are stubborn. Don't take it wrong way, but it is fact. So Nityananda Prabhu has to carve. You know, funny thing, in 7th chapter Madhya-lila, Prabhupada says, also Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, that what was Mahaprabhu did not give in Bengal, he gave in South India. It affected me. I say, what's wrong with the Bengalis? Because they're stubborn. They don't become devotee easily. Like Prabhupada also said something heavy. He says one Bengali tried to destroy Bengal and another Bengali, he didn't say his name, another Bengali going to revive there. He's talking about Ramakrishna, but this is my opinion. Prabhupada didn't say it, but Vivekananda says one Bengali tried to destroy Bengal. It was very interesting. Anyway, back to the Gadadhara Pandit Prabhu. He was so wonderful. So he was in Tota Gopinath temple, little far from Gambhira. You will never see Gadadhara Prabhu in Gambhira. Mahaprabhu came to relish Radharani's mood. Who is Radharani? Gadadhara Pandit. Logically, you may say he should be there to tell him what I did. You know, I'm going to tell you. Gadadhara Prabhu never went there. There's a big reason why. Maybe another time, but I'll come to this. Then Gadadhara Pandit Prabhu, he is worshipping in a separate. Nityananda Prabhu was told, don't come, but he cannot control himself. I love Prabhupada's comment. In one purport, he writes, this actually pleases the Mahaprabhu more, that he cannot control himself. He is desperate to see him. Even though it's discarding his instruction. Please don't do that. But Prabhupada writes here, actually it pleases Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu did not care Mahaprabhu's instruction. He came, but then he got scared. He didn't want to go to Gambhira. So he went to Tota Gopinath temple and took shelter of Gadadhara Pandit. So Gadadhara Pandit having a good time with Nityananda Prabhu. But what I'm trying to say, just one sloka, very nice. He says, Gadadhara Pandit one day discussion, he says, anybody don't have a respect to you, to Nityananda Prabhu, to their guru, never will get mercy of me. Now, Gadadhara Pandit never revealed like this, that he's going to give mercy. But in this conversation, Chaitanya Bhagavat very nicely depicts. And Nityananda Prabhu immediately says, anybody take shelter of you, I'll give shelter. But if did not take shelter of you, will never get my shelter. This is so profound. If we can please our Guru, Radharani's mercy is there. It's the same thing. It's beautiful. And if you don't care, you want to go Radhe Radhe, don't care. We like Hare Krishna because Hare Krishna, we are Jugal Upashak. We are not only one way of worship. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur talks about this in beautiful one conversation with his disciple, Ananta Vasudev Prabhu. He wrote it, that there is a group that they only want to worship Radharani, and they will approach Krishna through that, but will not go through proper Guru Parampara. They don't need, they feel like this. He said they should understand their surrender is not to Radharani. That's very interesting. Nowhere, can anybody show me that any sloka of surrender to Radharani says? No. But surrender to Krishna, Krishna himself said. What is that famous verse? Everybody together. Sarva dharman paritteja mamekam saranam braja. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshamishyami masucha. Krishna said it. Mahaprabhu also said. Even though Mahaprabhu is acting in a Radharani's mood, he says, Amake to je bhakto bhaje jai bhave, tare sheshe bhave bhaji, e mor savave. Mahaprabhu also said, but Radharani never said, surrender to me. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, our purpose, Guru comes to teach us how to surrender to Krishna by surrendering to his lotus feet, to Gurudev's lotus feet. He transfer it. Like Ranjit Prabhu in Alachua, when you go, you can ask him. He paid obeisances to Prabhupada, and he says, Joy Prabhupada. And Prabhupada also says, Joy Prabhupada. Why are you saying Joy Prabhupada? I'm saying Joy Prabhupada. Logically. So after hearing Gayatri, then he again paid obeisance. He said, Joy Prabhupada. He chanted, Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tim Namine. He said Prabhupada's pranamata and said, Joy Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada said, Joy Prabhupada. Maybe I'm here. Something is not right. So he asked secretary that, why is like this? He said, go ask him right now. So he asked Prabhupada, said, I'm saying Joy Prabhupada, I'm glorifying you. Why are you saying Joy Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, I'm taking you and offering to my Gurudev. This is such a good logic, such a good understanding. No, I'm glad Ranjit Prabhu did that. Otherwise, probably I would not understand how it works. So when we surrender to our Guru, he is actually taking you to Prabhupada and going to his Guru, all the way to Krishna. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, when you come to there, when your surrender is complete, that time you will see there is a special quarter, private quarter, where Radharani is the head of the department. But before surrender, it will never. And if you artificially do, I don't want to go that route. There is actually heavy spoken. So Gadadhara Pandit's life, we learned those lessons in that discussion, that we should surrender to Nityananda Prabhu Guru. And then Gadadhara Prabhu's mercy will be there. And Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur re-established that. Is that okay? Now, as for Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I don't know where to start, but I found very interesting that all the 6 Goswamis are Goswamis. This is from Rupa Vilas Prabhu's book. 4 things why he wrote a book called 7th Goswami. So it's very logically you can see. I'm eternally grateful that Bhaktivinoda Thakur's time casual, I don't know who else can follow. I haven't seen anybody. But Prabhupada is almost like that. According to, what's his name? The Gujarati devotee? Jasomati Nandan Prabhu. He was sneakily trying to see Prabhupada, how he sleeps. That's what he told me. Jasomati Nandan Prabhu. He was trying to, and he was giving a little massage, and there was no ISKCON temple, but there was a hall room given, big room. It was like nothing else is there, just a hall room, just a little bed, and Prabhupada was lying there. So Jasomati Nandan Prabhu gave a little massage, and at 9 o'clock, Prabhupada went like a little almost like taking rest, and he opened his eyes. He said, you can go. And then he rested, and then he wanted to sneakily see whether Prabhupada sleep how long. At 12 o'clock, he hears that the shower is on. He's taking a bath with the bucket. And then he started with the dictaphone. So like, oh, Prabhupada was sleeping only 3 hours. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was sleeping 2 hours from 10 to 12. Sorry, 8 to 10. 8 to 10. These 2 hours. He would take 1 quart of milk and 2 chapati and then take shower and then go to bed at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. He would wake up from 10 to 4. I'm eternally grateful he did that. Even though it is painful, how you do that. From 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., he would translate the essence of all the Shastras through his writings. Through his writings. Any song you see, even how much power the holy name holds. Krishna nama dhare kotaba, Bishaya bishanale dibani shihiya jale, Toribare na dekhi upay. So when you chant seriously, you will experience worse than karmi. Externally, internally is a revelation. Sometime when you join, if you reflect, in the beginning for a month or a year, you feel happy. But when you become serious, you took initiation, then the operation started. I put it that way, according to that song. That when operation starts, and you feel like, gosh, I have like so many things I have to do. It's like too much. Seems like my brother is not a devotee. He is having a good time. He's like he goes to work and eat, sleep. I'm like, okay, I have to get up early morning. I have to chant. I have to do this. I have to do that. It's like, this is progression. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in that song, he said, progress means take risk. What did I say? Take risk. This is my translation, the way I see that beautiful song. You can sing. So much essential principle given of chanting holy name and their result. He says, Bishaya Bishanale. You feel like all my problem is me desiring separately from Krishna. Nothing to blame anybody. It's me. But you don't like it to blame yourself. And then you feel like, I have so many desire. I like sex. I like movie. I like make money. I like big house. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just translating what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Please remember, progression means you are taking risk. Risk means new selection, new elimination. In that song, Rabi tapta moru bhumi shama. One Bengali singer very nicely sing. I said, can you relate to that? He said, it's a nice song. I said, I know nice song, but what is it? Can you affect to your own life? I said, do you feel like you are in a desert? You don't have any feeling for Krishna consciousness? Some of us feel, I felt like this, like I'm not getting any taste. I'm like chanting, decades, so many decades passed. Like what is happening? Anartha nibriti, when it will be gone? Because we need both. Artha prabritti comes from the nishtha. Artha prabritti began. Before that, bhajanakriya anartha nibriti. So we need both. We cannot just have anartha nibriti only, then impersonalism is still contamination there. Artha prabriti, if we go, God is both. God is great and he is sweet. Vrindavan Lila. And Prabhupada criticized so much because there is a good reason why. He said the Sahajiyas, they will go to 10th canto. I want to hear about Krishna's pastime. I also do. When we focus on sweet aspect of God, it evokes us affection for God, isn't it? Come on, Prabhu's and Mother. Yes or no? Yes. When we focus on greatness of God, God is great, majestic, supreme controller. He's listening right now. He's permitting me to speak. It is not me. I'm desiring, initiating cause. But the tongue controlled by prachetas. The verbalization, take a language, English, then verbalization, the palate, everything. It's the demigods controlling. They are there. How? called interdependent, Prabhupada writes. You see super soul right there. Krishna is there. Right now I'm speaking. I'm not speaking. I'm just desiring what to say. But the demigods are helping. This is called seeing philosophically. Three-way we advance. Philosophically first, then practically, then spontaneously. Our goal is spontaneous. That's correct. But it will never come unless you come to philosophically. So then you think, when you think of majestic aspect of God, it evokes our what? Submission. What do we need? Submission or affection? We need both. We need submission first, then affection. If we have affection first, that is Sahajiyasm. And if you have only submission, no affection, then is like a little bit impersonalism. So we need both. There is a systematic how we progress. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that one song is like unbelievable result given. Karnaranda pathadiya ridi maje praveshiya sabda rupe nache anukhan hridaya hoite bole jibbara agrete chole sabda rupe nache anukhan. So sweet. It's each word you break it. Try to hear. You wonder why Prabhupada said, chant in a way to hear. Bhaktivinoda Thakur write, Karnaranda prathediya, Krishna in your heart or Krishna will enter in your heart? Anybody knows? 3.9.11. Bhagavatam says, Tam bhakti yoga paribhavita rita soroje ashe. He comes, how? Karnaranda pathadiya. He enters through your ear. You have a Paramatma. He is there. He is not going to reciprocate with you unless you come through the ear. Krishna will enter through the ear. Karnaranda pathadiya ridi maje praveshiya. But when it goes to ear, you have to do three things. Bhaktivinoda Thakur write three things. 2.8.4. In case if you ever wanted to learn more about it, Prabhupada gave a beautiful purport. Srinnata saddhaya nittam grinantasya chestitam kalena navati dirgana bhagavan vishotiridi. God will enter in your heart through your ear if you do this three things. Faith must. Just accept it. Even you don't, it doesn't make sense. Just accept it. Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said it. Just accept first. Then Srinata Shraddhaya. You hear every day with faith. Nittam, daily, from a bona fide source. If we do this, then you contemplate. In the purport Prabhupada writes, contemplate. Contemplation will produce reflection. Then you can assimilate. When you contemplate, it literally proceed towards intelligent capturing. Intelligent captures called conceptualization. When it conceptualizes, that time you apply to your consciousness. That time heart captures it. It's not like just everything I hear immediately went to the heart. It's supposed to go to the heart, but we have to allow it to enter to the heart. This Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I find this is his glory on this, his disappearance day. There's so much unlimited pastime. Of course, that verse also gives that you don't need to artificially practice anything, just hear. And I love the way Prabhupada said, chant such a way that you can hear. Same thing it says here. And I find so many verses from Bhagavatam, what Prabhupada said, because I'm not judging anything, but I did hear from somebody in ISKCON, so we should think of Krishna. I said, but Prabhupada said I should hear. He said, yes, but we should also meditate on Leela. I said, but Prabhupada said hear. Then I found a Jiva Goswami Path says, hearing. Then hearing, and then Nama, Parikar, Leela, these things will automatically be there. But hearing is so important. Ridi maje praveshiya barishay sudha anupam. Hridaya hoite bale. Then when you, after your hearing is mature, Sravan Dasha. This is in Nectar of Instruction, text 5, in the purport Prabhupada write, Sravan Dasha, 8 also, Nectar of Instruction. Sravan Dasha, then Baran Dasha, Apan Dasha, the gradual progression. We don't just get the Bhakti Shastri degree, but we should apply this. And this is like exactly Prabhupada explained. And then you will see that when you accept whatever challenges you have in your life, just accept it. Accepting means what? If we don't acknowledge, from this verse I find, if we don't acknowledge that I am the original cause of these challenges, whatever it is, I'm the initiating cause. Krishna sanctioned it. But why did Krishna sanction it? Who is Krishna? Suridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is always looking after my well-wishing. So Krishna sanctioned it, it is good. Even though I don't like it. Somebody just yelled to me. But there is a reason. If you can develop that attitude to accept and see Krishna's hand behind it, and you learn the lesson, the environment will change. Don't try to fix the environment. It will change. That is required, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song. So this is beautiful. And that time he says that you will be you will feel to be rectified. You will be also accountable, and real progression will really take place at that time. It's so nice. So when you have time, you can read those verses, song. In Bengal, they sing, but I am also trying to encourage them to apply, not remain on the tongue. But application not possible unless you understand. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writing is not common Bengali. It sounds like Bengali, we used it. Sri Dvaita Das. If I ask what is Dvaita Das means, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur write in his song, Baddha Mukta Falgu Jokta Nahiyo Bhaivyo Ekakarsar. So I asked one Bengali doctor, I won't say the name because I love him. He said, I'm not sure. I said, means what will bind me? What thought will bind me? What activity will bind me? Constantly has to be there. What will liberate me? This has to be there. This is what oh yeah, it makes sense. But it's a common Bengali. We say this, but there is a deep meaning on it. So English is important in our life. Through English, we understand the inner meaning of Bengali. To a Bengali. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying all Bengalis are like this. So I will end here. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I took a little over time. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I did not even wanted to speak this one. I had a different plan, but it's okay. This is all good. Should we stop here or? Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
You have a microphone? No? You can take this one.
It's quick.
Okay.
The song that Bhaktivinoda Thakur sang that you were citing from, do you have?
Yeah, it's in KK song, or I can send you. It's called Krishna Nama Dhare Koto Bol. How much power Krishna name has. It's a beautiful song. When one of Prabhupada's disciples was imitating on the roof of long building, you can go ahead. Then he was, I'm sure Jayadutta Maharaj heard that story. He was imitating peacock on the roof of a long building in Mayapur. And Prabhupada was furious. Well, sorry, I have to tell the story like a little more. So Prabhupada knocked the door and he opened. So what are you doing? I won't say the name. So he was jumping like this. Prabhupada saw through the window. So what are you doing? He said, oh, I went to Navadvip and some Babaji told me I am a peacock in Golok Vrindavan. So he's practicing to it. We are laughing, but Prabhupada was furious. Prabhupada was so upset and he was furious. So he said that why you go there for unnecessary this imitation. And then he quoted this verse according to that devotee. He left movement in a sense. I guess he was some other connection, wanted to go here, there. But thanks to Prabhupada that he saves always his followers. We are fortunate that Prabhupada's teachings are so nice. But my request is make a small group and make a group study. 11.3.30 is a beautiful verse. Krishna says how to have a group study. Parashparam anukatham pavanam bhagavad jasha. Parashparam, not monologue, should be dialogue, like a conversation. Yeah, 11th canto, 3rd chapter, 3rd. BBT. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, BBT translation on that verse. Parashparam anukatham pavanam bhagavad jasha. And I'll tell you what will be the result. Next line it says, mithotusti. Sorry, mithoruti. You will get an attachment to Guru Krishna. When you have an attachment to Vaishnava, to senior devotees, you care for Vaishnavas, you will develop natural attachment to Krishna. It's like all of a sudden, it's so nice verse. Mithoroti, mithotusti. And you will be satisfied. Satisfied is not an experience of eating ice cream or sex or anything. Not like that. Satisfaction means I don't need, I can live without sense gratification, as long as I serve Guru Krishna. Your attraction to service is developing such a way that you'll tell yourself, just by serving is enough. I don't need any more anything from this world. It's real. I'm not just giving philosophy. I mean, I have to be honest to you also. I feel that sometimes. It's so nice if we can increase that service. Mitho rati, mitho tusti, nibrite mitho atmana. And whatever is obstacle you have, that, whatever it is, don't try to fix it. It will disappear. Try to serve holy name and Guru Krishna. Don't try to fix the world. We don't need to fix the world. We need to serve. And then automatically this thing will be taken care. It's so nice verse, that one. This is, in our Sannyas ministry, Praladanda Maharaj actually was the original founder of Sannyas ministry, I would say. According to, Jayadvaita Maharaj. And Praladanda Maharaj is holding it, his position. He, in the Sannyas ministry meeting, we have a meeting every Thursday. So we always talk how to increase the Sannyas candidates. So Bosachi Prabhu is a Sannyas candidate also. Very nice. How to make this atmosphere to affect the devotees, to uplift their consciousness and grow spiritually. So it's very nice. So is that okay, Prabhu? That verse? You got it, Krishna? Okay, you found it. Good. Yes, Maharaj, please. You don't have any other microphone? Oh, you.
I have a question, but I think I want to ask it to you privately.
Okay, sure, Maharaj. Sripat Jayadvaita Maharaj, you have to bless me, otherwise I'll cry. That's very nice, Maharaj. Oh, by the way, just to tell you, even Maharaj did this, take it seriously. Don't take it as just a formality. I found a beautiful verse in Harinam Chintamani, in I think chapter 11. Beautiful verse. It's really affected me. I'll tell you the verse. It's affected me. I memorized it. I forced myself to memorize. Vaishnav dehete hai Krishna shakati. Vaishnav deho haite pai Krishna bhakti. Wow. And then you go to Madhya chapter 7.99. Katakan rahi Prabhu tare alingiya biday karila tare shakti sancharila. So Prabhupada in a lecture, he says, Mahaprabhu delivered many thousands of souls by traveling different country. Now our Guru Maharaj Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he's delivering thousands of people by traveling to many countries through his disciple. And I was thinking, who is the disciple? It's Prabhupada himself, but he didn't mention his name. But he says through his disciple. So humble, Prabhupada. And it was very affecting. But what does that mean? He asks, what does that mean, delivering? Then he quote this verse, 7.99. You look at, Katakan rahi Prabhu tare alengiya, biday karila tare shakti sancharila. Initiation or devotee association, when you are with senior devotee, always think the Krishna's potency, three potency we need to get out. One is Sandhini, pure goodness, Sattam, Vishuddham, Vasudeva, Shabditam, those verses. Then second is Sambit. Sambit is knowledge here. Then it becomes maybe Brahma Gyan when you are liberated. But in spiritual world, that Sambit is no more knowledge. It is a relationship and feelings. So nice, Rupa Goswami Pad explained. And Ladini. So if you have time, Adilila chapter 4 from 60 to 70 in the purport Prabhupada write how this Shakti manifests in the heart of a disciple. One attracts another, one attracts another. It depends. It's so nice. Those purport of Prabhupada is like a gem, precious gem. I love it. I really do love it. So when you see devotee like Maharaj did like this, actually there is a Shakti manifest. Just by being near by them, the Shakti, Krishna Shakti manifest to our consciousness. You follow? Don't take it like, oh, it's just a formality. No, it's not a formality. That's how we will survive in spiritual path, by serving senior devotees. Is that clear? That verse is so beautiful. And I found relevant verse many other. That's why physical presence of senior devotee is also very important. Of course, their instruction is stand above everything, according to Mahaprabhu. Guru Agga Shirodharja. Okay, I'll end here. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Prabhuji is like an ocean of verses and ocean of knowledge, and there's so much Prabhu has to say. Like it's like one point after another. It's like so much nectar. Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
So wonderful. So, Prabhuji, you're here today for the.
Yeah, I'll be here one
So
more
if you
day.
have any more questions, there's so much nectar. So if you'd like to discuss, please.
But I would say you take advantage of Sripad Jayadatta Maharaj and Bhakti Prabhupada, Brata Damodar Maharaj. They are actually very, in Nectar of Instruction, first verse, did not say how many rounds you chant, how secludedly doing bhajan, but it says these characters, Vacho Vega, Manasa, Krodha, together. Vacho Vega, Manasa, Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Mudara Upasta Vegam, Etana Veganja Vishayet Dhira, Sarvam Apimam Prithivingsa Shisha. These are exemplary. They are many, literally manifesting. If you analyze those, Rupa Goswami said they are advanced. Did not say how many rounds, hidingly chanting, or has a bhajan kuti somewhere hiding. Did not say. But says this attitude, character, their personality, what they are built on. These 6 urges they have control under. It's so nice. So thank you. Please take advantage of all the senior devotees. Sunanda Prabhu also. Yes, Maharaj. Please forgive me.
Question.
Okay. Okay. Jai. Now let us offer our respectful obeisances unto all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desire of everyone just like desire tree. Vancha kalpa tarubhescha kripa sindhaveva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Gaur
His
Prabhu.
grace, Pran, Govinda, Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Bhakti
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada.
So please be seated. We actually have it's on the frame Maharaj this year. So we have made a slight change in the schedule. So Maharaj is here. So before we have breakfast, Maharaj will be actually giving the talk now. He's right here on Zoom. He's live, Bhakti Prem Maharaj. So I'd like to warmly welcome Maharaj.
Maharaj, please forgive me. I took your time.
So we'll have this, Maharaj will speak, and then after that we'll have breakfast. So please
Okay.
everyone stay for Bhakti Prem Maharaj session.
I was listening your class. Yesterday also I listened his endless Jayadashmi Guru Maharaj lecture. So I is missing that association physically. So
So let's
As it-
warmly welcome His Holiness Bhakti Prem Maharaj. Maharaj, it's so nice to see you. Please accept our most humble obeisances. All glories to you on your dedication to Guru Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj ki
Jai.
I don't want to wait you all for Prasadam time.
Maharaj, we are eager to hear from you, so please go ahead.
So I'm really missing and the association of holy place of the land. All glories. Please accept my humble obeisance, all the Vaishnavas. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shakaya Chakshunatangjan Tashmai Sri Gurave Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Vitali Srimate Bhakti Charu Shamite Nami Snigdhachita Shupanita Vagminam Charashaplitam Prabhupada Prana Numi Bhakti Charipatam Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Vitali Simati Bhakti Vedanta Shaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayani Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschat Vishapari Manchakalpatarubhashya Kripa Sindhu Chaparitana Pavana Vishnu Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Shishmad Bhakti Charisham Gurmas Disappearance celebration ki. And this is auspicious that Har Guru Maharaj, from Har Guru Maharaj lived that this planet, we are celebrating this festival in that auspicious place with so many, in presence of so many exalted devotees, especially His Holiness Jayadisham Guru Maharaj. Normally, Vaishnava festival according to Tithi, but Guru Maharaj celebrated his birthday according to date. So you are also strictly following his footsteps. We are doing the festival according to the date. So 4 years ago, Guru Maharaj has left us, but we can feel the presence of Guru Maharaj amongst us. We feel so fortunate to be connected with ISKCON, greatly fortunate. And especially more fortunate to be connected with Guru Maharaj, who connected us with Srila Prabhupada and whole ISKCON family. So on this auspicious day, I want to mention some. Yesterday I was